Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a high-level game of StarCraft 2. In the top left here on Stargazers, we have Dark. And in the top right here, spawning as our red Terran, it's going to be ByuN. Some hesitation there out of me, because I see no workers being produced. I see a depot, and I see a barracks. It's proxied across the map, with a second SCV standing next to it, which can only mean one thing. This is a proxy 2 Rex. Well, yeah, no, this is a proxy 2 Rex. There's no third SCV coming over. It is a proxy 2 Rex. And it's a proxy 2 Rex at 14 supply. There was some early SCV cuts there. So it's a little bit more dedicated, a little bit more committed than perhaps we usually see. Oh, bad news as well, for being honest. This is going to be a gas pool build order here for Dark. Now, usually pool first build orders are just going to be pretty much a hard counter to this type of play, because you get the links out fast, your first queen is going to be extremely quick as well, and on top of that you have the ability to build a spine crawler in your main base that you can just walk downstairs afterwards. So we'll have to wait and see how it's going to pan out, but this doesn't look so good for our red Terran player right now, who is opening up with a very cheesy little opening. Bunker's gonna start moving forward. Here comes the Marine. Second depot on the way as well. We're not working with a single gas yet. ByuN is just completely investing in this push for now. Now starts his first gas. So usually you get your first gas, I want to say like 18 supply or so. Definitely before the bunker goes down. But this is just a lot more committed. As we see 4 links being produced right now. Queen halfway down. Spine indeed on the way. And well, bunker is at least going to finish. That is something here. That is something that I hadn't quite expected, but is definitely happening. I mean, there was no overlord in the natural for drones to come down. You know, you need to see that you're being bunker rushed before you can really pull your drones down. You can blindly pull your drones down. So the fact that overlord was out of position did not help Dark there. Now a Roach Warren is going to be built here. The space is actually going to end up falling. I don't think there's enough to break this. There's not enough links, there's not enough queens, there's not enough anything. Even with this spine, it would have been really difficult. And now I think Dark is starting to actually kind of think about his ramp. He's like, wait a second, if you get into my main base, I might be in a little bit of trouble. That's 7 Marines right there. That is a significant number of Marines. If they can move past that spine, that could be trouble. I mean, speed is about to finish up. There's 10 links, but 10 links often isn't quite enough. We have 2 bunkers here, 2 more bunkers on the way. Not a huge fan of these bunker positions, so I mean, if Ravagers ever are going to be built, which does seem to be the case here, so we're working with double gas, 11 drones on minerals, and you can just double hit these bunkers. You can double hit these, you can double hit these. So much rather would have seen a little bit of space between these bunkers, or just not building the bunkers in general. I think getting maybe a faster starport here would have been more worthy. With the money that we're now spending on a depot and 2 more bunkers. On top of that, we also don't have a natural CC yet. I'm also a bit surprised that we're seeing such a massive investment in keeping this position. If you know that your opponent could potentially be having this base, you don't have any info on that whatsoever. Dark could be mining these minerals, a base could be going up, could be 60-70% done already. The eagerness that Dark had here to give up his third base should kind of shows like, hey, maybe there's something weird going on. Now, there is something weird going on. There's going to be a Ravager, so ByuN made the right call when it comes to that, but still, it is a little bit wild. Here we go. And these are the double biles I was talking about. These extra bunkers actually not providing any value whatsoever because of that. And these Marines need to actually start heading home right now. I think it's very important that a certain set of Marines start heading home. Because if they don't, then what is there at home? Just a tank? There's no Banshee on the way because ByuN decided to not go for a quick starport. The Marine count is atrocious. There's double reactors, which is extremely nice, but could have had a couple of Marines probably still alive here if you would have anticipated it a bit sooner. I like the initial execution of the build, but I do not like the follow-up very much at all. And here we go. Tank popping out right about now. We do have those Marines popping out. Bunker on the way. Wouldn't mind a second bunker, just slightly behind that. Could definitely provide a little bit of extra value. There's so many Ravagers out. Wait. There's even more Ravagers out. There's 7 Ravagers out currently. That's going to be a real issue. This is a big depot, double depot here. And all of these are going to get taken out. Depots already need to start being built here for ByuN. That's for sure. Oh, Dank starts moving forward as the first 2 depots will end up falling. With no... Yeah, this is just going to be really rough. Ravager's probably just going to move here on top of this ramp. Yep, here we go. Tanks trying to target down Ravagers. I think the bunker's also trying to target down that Ravager. Tank in the back is for now going to survive due to some nice marine support. 3 Ravagers remain alive. This is still really, really good for ByuN, by the way. Been a little bit critical of him, but he's still 32 workers against 16. That is double the worker count. He's going to be safe because there's a second tank coming out. Still 4 marine production happening at a time. And his natural command center has just finished. He's also building an eBay over here on the potential 3rd base. It's kind of wild because Dark might as well just take this as a 3rd, or could take the inside base as a 3rd. This is a nice base to have, don't get me wrong, but... And it is not the most special thing in the world, right? It's not a crazy base. Like, oh my god, I want it so bad. No, just a base. It is going to finish up here in Dark. Is he going to take the alternative? The 3rd base alternative here? That doesn't seem to be the case. Really wants that line formation. So perhaps ByuN with a very good call here, saying, hey, I know how much you care about that base. Probably due to some tank positions over here, some tank positions on the high ground. He said, hey, you probably want that base. I'm going to throw down an eBay. Loses the eBay, but delays the 3rd base a pretty significant amount of time. I want to say like 15 to 20 seconds or so. It's definitely a nice timing there. Ravagers also came back home. Starport is now on the way. We're going to see Stim start here, I do believe. Yep, there we go. As a reactor starts on this factory. This is weird. Ooh, another supply drop. This is the 2nd supply drop this game. The 3rd supply drop this game. Wow. ByuN either sloppy with the macro, or this is some weird decision that he's making. Probably just sloppy with the macro. Now, I'm a little bit surprised here by this factory on the reactor. Oh, never mind. This reactor is for the starport. Oh, man. He just scouted roaches and he's gonna build mine. Like, that makes actually no sense. But he's obviously just gonna swap this over, get his tech lab. No, what? Okay, I've been double bamboozled here. What is this? Maybe this is for another barracks close by? I mean, this reactor, I misread. I thought that was a dumb reactor, but it was the reactor for the starport. But this reactor? It is fairly obvious to me that if you're playing against Dark and he opens with roaches and he is behind, that he's going to continue building roaches. There is no way, Jose, that he's going to go into Ling Bane from here. It is literally impossible. Literally impossible. You do not have the money for it. You do not have the funds to get even in lanes. You're just gonna straight up die if you're a Zerg. And I'm surprised ByuN hasn't figured it out. The only way to survive here for Dark is to go into roaches, perhaps transition into infestors and then into lurkers. I don't even think he can go straight into lurkers like he would want to. No. This is a very long path, a long road to recovery here for Dark. And I ain't seeing it happen so far. I ain't seeing it happen. But double mine production definitely would be something good. It would help. It would help Dark for sure. We have the 3rd finishing on location here for ByuN, who does have 3 tanks at home already. Now have barracks 2 and 3 on the way as well, so that's all going to be very nice. Combat shield hasn't started yet, but here we go. Since I wanted to start complaining about it, we do see the infestation pit coming down as well. 1-1 upgrades for the roaches. And gas 5 and 6 all at the same time. Now look at this. This is a roach build that is down about, what is it, 30-ish? No, 20, no, 30. Legit 30 supply. Oh, good lord. 30 supply. That is not okay. Usually roach builds are a little bit ahead in supply, but due to Dark's extremely poor start, he now is down in supply, and he'll need to survive for, well, honestly, for the next 10 minutes or so, 8 minutes. It's going to be survival mode. Because getting a 4th base will be hard. Even keeping these 3 bases is going to be hard. Getting into lurkers is going to be hard. Until Dark has lurkers out with seismic spines. And perhaps even a Viper or 2. I don't really see his position as stable in this game. Even if the supplies might even up later on. Like the amount of real estate that ByuN can already be getting. Look at this. Going up to 8 barracks immediately here. Saying, hey, I think I can actually do this. I think I can... Oh, no, wait. What is this? No, this is 8. Yeah, it's 8 barracks. Okay. So you can go into some heavy marauder production. Look at this. Wow. Barracks 4 and 5 already have tech labs on them. Huh. This is extremely uncommon. So, I guess this is an alternative approach to dealing with roaches and hydras. So, okay, the theory that I'm aware of is that you want to get as many tanks as possible against roach builds. You kind of want to just keep these tanks at home. You get very good eco with fast orbital commands, 4 or 5 orbital commands. And you can put on pressure with like a maxed push if you want. Like a 2-2 max push if you truly believe you're going to kill your opponent. But here, ByuN does something different. He says, hey, marauders are good against roaches. Why don't I just build marauders and not build any tanks? Now, I would ask why not both, but he's adding in these mines that I guess help against potential run-bys. And then he's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 barracks with tech labs. That means we have 3 barracks with reactor. Usually the setup here is going to be 4 reactors, 4 tech labs. And also, it usually starts with 4 reactors, and then you add 3 tech labs. Barracks 6, 7, and 8 are the ones that add all the tech labs. That wasn't quite the case here, because we had 2 very quickly added tech labs already. So marauder production is absolutely going to kick off here. Look at that. We already have 12 marauders here. 11 minutes into the game. We're at 3 tanks still, and we're slowly trickling in these mines. I'm still not entirely sure about this mine production. I don't see the downside of having had more tanks in this position, as we have a double drop filled with marines to the brim, filled to the brim with marines here heading towards the top side of the map, while we have a major push out towards the bottom side as well. Creep is going to get cleared a little bit here by the marauder marine army. There we go. We have a couple of tumors being taken out. Oh, ByuN needs to be so careful here. If he can get fungal, that would actually suck. Now, of course, the nice thing with marauders against fungal is that you don't just insta-die like with marines. Like, marines are so weak. You hit a fungal twice on marines and they pretty much poof into thin air. Come on, pick up, 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 pick up. All right, don't pick up now. Then don't pick up. I don't even care. I don't even care. Double tanks over here shelling away at this extractor. Good call. Next extractor is going to get taken out as well. What is the actual army though? This doesn't look that big. 2-2 has finished up for ByuN. 2-2 is about to finish up here for Dark as well. Up to 18 Ravagers right now. There goes a big fungal. Second fungal also connects with a lot of those units. Here comes the flank from the back. And these links without the carapace upgrade still good enough to deal with this army. As lots and lots of units here are being taken out. Tank count gets completely blasted. And more marauders now start moving across the map. ByuN still massively ahead in supply. Well, massively. Still ahead in supply, but Dark actually making a stand here. Starts his 3-3, and this was a scary thing, because at some point the 2-2 push is going to happen, and it just did. If you don't crush it, starting any new upgrades, going into new tech is just really difficult. Dark understood that. He waited until we crushed the push, and now we see 3-3. Now we see that Lurker then. Hive is already done here, so that is something that we could also see being added in. ByuN still pushing forward. Look at this marauder count. Holy crap, what is this? 26 marauders here. 22 marines. Absolutely dystopian composition here out of ByuN. Ridiculous stuff. You never see this in this matchup. Absolutely never. And the funny thing is that, yes, it feels good if there's a high roach count, but there actually isn't that high of a roach count. Might be good against Lurkers as well, by the way. Hadn't really considered that yet, but definitely could be a possibility. More mines are moving forward right now. 6 Hydras popping out as well. But these are not going to be Hydras mixed into a composition. These Hydras have a purpose. Do they even have any upgrades yet? No, they don't. There's no range upgrade for the Hydras. There is no speed upgrade for the Hydras. No muscular augments. These are unmusculared. Their augments are, at least. Maybe the rest of the Hydra is very muscular. But their augments, definitely. They ain't muscular. Yeah, they're going to turn into Lurkers here. Seismic Spines not researched yet, but these Lurkers are going to come just in time, even without the Seismic Spines. It's going to be so important. Fourth base, well, yeah, the third base is going to get taken out, which promotes this fourth base into the third and demotes this bad boy into the fourth right now. Has to be a very sad moment. It's not like as a base you can really do something about, you know, you dying. You don't have a lot of impact. At least as a planetary, you have some impact yourself. You know, you can try to hit the banelings, the units that might deal the most damage to you and your defenders. But a hatchery is just standing there, you know, gorgling and really all it is. +3 infantry weapons has finished up over here. Oh, there we go. Good split. Marauder count helps. EMP also helps, mainly against the infestor. Not sure why we saw a second EMP there going down on these lurkers, but it is indeed what happened. Here comes a ghost. No, there goes a ghost. It's like, oh, maybe not today. 16 minutes in game, and ByuN still in a pretty significant lead, I would say. There's no ability here for Dark really to do anything. That's the problem. Like, counterattacks are practically impossible. Moving across the map is practically impossible, but ByuN has been losing a lot of units, has been trading worse than his Zerg opponent. It's one of these things we don't actually see at a high level anymore, where a Zerg player legitimately trades better. And this is not due to Dark's fantastic night. Well, part of it is, but it's also just due to ByuN's like kind of lacking fights. They have not been great. They've been, you know, not packing the punch that they should. That first fight we saw down here was missing basically like 25 Marauders and 10 Marines that came marching across the map when the fight was over already, which is not the ideal time to start marching across the map. You kind of want to be there while the fight is happening. Now, these trades are all a little bit better here for ByuN. At least that's what it felt like. Middle trade definitely felt like it had some more potential, but perhaps I was wrong there as well. Bottom base, look at this. This is how confident ByuN is. He has, right now, not a single planetary out. This is all orbital command. Literally all of it. Orbital command into orbital command into orbital command. And there is nothing here that Dark can do about it. He can send links across the map. These links don't have any melee upgrades. There's no adrenal glands either. Yes, carrot play +3 is nice, but that's about it. Nidus network has gone down, and that perhaps actually is the only possibility of dealing some real damage here. I think that is probably the correct call. Now we see a couple of snipes trying to hit these lurkers. They are taking them out, that's for sure. 168 supply against 146. Here comes the Lurker Nidus. At least I think it's going to be a Lurker Nidus. Yeah, it definitely is. Uh-oh. ByuN not completely in position. Might end up losing a base here. And what do you have now with all these orbital commands? I guess this would always be an orbital command. So it's unfair to criticize. A couple of SCVs will get taken out. Is this a significant amount of Lurker here? Can this Lurker force survive the scrutiny of the Marines and the Marauders and the Ghosts? The answer seems to be not really. That's but there's still 2 Lurkers alive actually. 14 SCVs do go down, so a non-insignificant blow has been dealt. Also known as a significant blow. 14 workers is actually pretty big. 14 workers is pretty big. Now we do have these 5 orbitals still. There's a 6 base on the way as well. And of course the ability to quickly reproduce these SCVs is around. Still, it feels like this could have been a lot better here for ByuN, the situation right now. If we think back of how good that early game was, at some point what did I say again? 32 workers against 16, I think we saw. Yeah, 32 against 16 if I recall correctly. I mean, this game should be unlosable. And Dark is making it losable for ByuN. Dark has had good fight after good fight after good fight, pulling some good moves, but now, yeah. The problem just is that there's a lot of ghosts out. There's no real counter to the ghosts. The lurker count isn't high enough either. And I'm afraid that the next fight is going to be a little bit more one-sided due to how the ghost tends to function in these fights. Yeah, there we go. A couple of snipes. I mean, these links can't even really move in. And even if they do move in, what damage are they going to do? They'll do like half the damage to a unit. Well, not quite. It's very, very little damage that they deal. But this army is actually going to end up semi-surviving here. Bottom side army trying to get the snipe from the queens, the lurkers. Hydra's being taken out. GG gets called. ByuN wins this game here on Stargazers as Dark gets blasted. But he got blasted with honor, honestly. He really tried his best there. He really did. Look at this. Let's go back to this early game here for a sec, okay? I just want to show you guys again how bad the situation actually was. Nah, let's do this. This seems like an appropriate timing. 23 SCVs against 17 at this point. CC going up already for ByuN. That's 26, 27 to 17. This should legitimately be an unlosable game for ByuN. The fact that this went to the 20-minute mark shows how solid Dark is when it comes to making comebacks. It's actually mental. It's completely bananas in my opinion. Like, this is all fun and games, but here the push ended. This is it. This is the situation that Dark finds himself in, with down a base basically, or down half a base, his third base being blocked. A lot of units out already for ByuN, so possibility to attack, and 33 to 20 drones. I mean, this is game. This is 100% game. Income looks terrible as well here for Dark. Yeah, awful stuff. Well, that's going to be it from me today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.